Hey guys, Walzy here. So we finally finished Commando's run and it was a labor of love. It took much longer than I thought it would, but we finally have it. We got him, boys. So I started off my run with that itty bitty giant in the distance, and on any other day we're pretty tight, but your man's had a job to do this run, so I had to kill him off quick. Sorry, giant. I then came across this 3D printer in the alien world. I know, game logic, right? And I was super happy about this. This meant I could print any item I wanted and become super OP early on. Honestly, at this point in the game, I was ready to quit. I didn't even want to try this run since I was so confident I'd win. Like, what's even the point? I only had one problem. I had no items to even print. So yeah, all that shit I said about quitting early, scratch that. Last round I got an item that lets me x-ray the whole map, so I go gadget, x-rayed that shit and saw everything around me and wanted to go get all the stuff before I could fight the boss. So remember how I betrayed my stone giant friend in the beginning? Yeah, I don't think he liked that very much, so he brought a couple of his friends with him, and this time around we were having a swell time until they almost killed me. So I had to kill them. Self-defense, you know what I mean? But at least I got a good item at the end of the round that heals me every time I do damage. So that's something. I'm also 14 minutes in by the end of the round and this is only stage 2. So yeah, that's not good. But really, what is this concept of time? We don't really know, right? Time is different for everyone, so if I'm taking more time, it might be less time for someone. If I'm taking less time, it might be more time for someone. Doesn't really matter. So I'm not blaming myself for this. So on this stage I was once again blessed with the 3D printer. Honestly, the game's a tease. Sometimes it gives you exactly what you're looking for, but other times, you get nothing. I also found a red item, an unstable Tesla coil, that does lightning damage to nearby enemies, so we Gucci now. After also getting a crowbar, I really felt this build coming along. Experienced players, please don't at me. So I started off with the boss fight and was met with the Imp Overlord. Now, he's not my favorite boss to fight, but I think Commando deals decently against him, so that's nice. I did notice though that this particular imp fight was a little tough. I wasn't doing the damage that I wanted to do and it was taking far longer than I wanted it. There were two possible reasons for this. One, I had been taking too much time on each stage, so naturally this stage was more difficult. And two, my build wasn't strong enough as I thought it would be. But since I am ignorant and like to turn a blind eye to my problems, we're gonna go with the former possibility since a weak build would hurt my feeble ego. Another thing to note is that I was on stage 3 and 19 minutes in. Definitely not the time to stage ratio I was looking for, but after investing 20 minutes of my life in this run, 20 minutes I'll never get back, I decided to keep going on. In the next stage I got that Arnold Schwarzenegger needle, the Ronnie Coleman juice, the beefy muscle grease. If you haven't already caught on, I got the soldier syringe that really benefits my build. And then I got another one. They really wanted me roided up for this run. I didn't want to waste too much time on this run, so I started the boss fight ASAP. I had all the items I wanted at the time, especially the soldier syringe, so I was confident. I was dealt a fortuitous hand since I had to challenge the magma worm, one of the easier bosses in my opinion. I literally kept blindly shooting at it so it went down super quick. It also helps that it's fucking long, so there's a pro tip with Commando against the worm. If you shoot in its general direction, you'll kill it. Oh, and never stop jumping, both in real life and in the game. In the next stage I got the fungus, aka the best item in the game. Just kidding, it's absolutely shit, but I also got another tri-tip dagger that helps with bleed, so it's not all too bad. Just FYI, I know that for this build to be effective I need to stack more and take into account proc, but we're not gonna get into that because I don't understand that yet and because I just want to get over with this. I've spent too many sleepless nights ruminating over the random squishy that killed me. I also got those Tom Cruise sunglasses with a 3D printer and now I was ready to Mission Impossible the rest of the run. And then surprise surprise, another 3D printer. Let me ask you something, is there such a thing as too much bleed? Don't mind answering that, it's a rhetorical question, just FYI, the answer is no. It took me way too long to find the boss fight, but I got to the magma worm, again, and as I mentioned before, he's super easy. Honestly, it was a blessing that I had the magma worm to deal with since I'm already 40 minutes into the run and at the highest difficulty, so I quickly finished him off. Instead of boring you with the pillars to Mithrix, I'm just taking you to the end game. My amateur, ill-guided build consisted of a shit ton of drones and some pew-pew items. I was ready. Now, Mithrix himself is really easy, I had no problems whatsoever dealing with him. Like, he couldn't even touch me and the whole round I was OP, I didn't take a single damage the whole frickin' fight. Except the few times where he almost killed me. But that's the thing, Mithrix really is easy, especially if you have double jump to dodge his attacks and Commando's slide. But God forbid Mithrix gets close to you, then you're in a world of hurt. Next, I'm gonna skip right to the end of the round for you guys to see my reaction. I'll finally finish 3 more seconds. I did it! I did it! Oh! I did it. It took me so long. It took me so long. It's crazy because I've done it before, but this fucking, just so I could record it, took me like fucking ages. It took me so long. Oh. You like crying? A little bit.